let's talk about ADHD. ADHD is very common disorder nowadays, and people always misunderstand ADHD. To let you know more about it, we would like to invite Amanda, founder of Let's Talk ADHD, to explain more about it. Amanda.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me today. It is my pleasure to be the guest of today's event. First of all, I would like to introduce myself and Let's Talk ADHD to all of you. So, who I am? My name is Amanda Falk. As the MC said, that I'm the founder of Let's Talk ADHD, and I will be an ADHD coach. I am also an adult ADHD. I'm a professional MC, trainer, and presenter as well. My ADHD superpower, just like excessive talking, hyperactivity, and flexibility, helps me succeed in this career. And Let's Talk ADHD was established in 2019. My certificate B Corp Presentation Tech Limited powers it. And temporarily, Let's Talk ADHD is the only social enterprise in Hong Kong focusing on adult ADHD, educating and supporting people with ADHD. We do this by pairing up with many organizations, including workplace, to educate everyone about this mental health condition and provide support for those who have it or care deeply for loved ones that do. We envisioned a world where adult ADHD to live and work successfully in Hong Kong. And we would like to enhance ADHD awareness positively. How we do that? We educate and support ADHD both online and offline, like our website, Facebook page, some webinars, and sharing talk just like today's sharing. Now, our platform have over 2,800 members. So today, my sharing will cover three main parts. The first one is, what is ADHD? The second one is, people with ADHD. The last one is ADHD in workplace. Okay, now, first of all, we talk about what is ADHD. The official name of ADHD is Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, which is one of the neurodiversity. Neurodiversity describes the idea that people experience and interact with the world around them in many different ways. There is no right way of thinking, learning, and behaving. And differences are not viewed as deficits. Neurodiversity advocates encourage inclusive, non-judgmental language. So apart from ADHD, neurodiversity is also included others such as autistic and dyslexia. All neurodiversity can be described as invisible or hidden disability. You can see that just like this picture, not every disability is visible. So that's why many ADHD is under discovered and underdiagnosed. So it is so sad that not many people know that ADHD is one of the disabilities in Hong Kong and don't know that disability discrimination ordinance protecting us. I show my card because many people don't believe that I have ADHD. So ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder. People with ADHD have differences in brain structure and function that affect their condition. One major area where structural anomalies played a role in ADHD is the frontal lobe that is in front of your head. The frontal lobe is the part of the brain that controls executive function. It means this part of the brain that helps you do work and complete tasks. Research has found that this part of the brain is smaller in people with ADHD. In some cases, this is a matter of delayed development. So that is why people with ADHD struggle with certain cognition tasks while their peers don't seem to have a problem of that. And the three key witnesses of ADHD are focus ability, impulse emotions, and implement ability. An ADHD expert, Dr. Edward Hallowell, used a perfect metaphor to describe ADHD. ADHD, just like your brain can focus, you can go back to normal life after wearing appropriate glasses. For ADHD, which is treated by the appropriate treatment. ADHD is not about your IQ, it's not about your character, it is not about your parents who did any bad things before. It is a neurodevelopmental disorder. And there are three types of ADHD. One is inattentive ADHD. So some people will call that ADD. The other one is hyperactivity and impulsive ADHD. The third one is combined type of ADHD. If the ADHD can manage their ADHD symptom well, it will harm their whole life, such as study, getting a job, or sustaining their employment. And the exact cause of ADHD is not totally understood. Although a combination of factors is thought to be responsible, just like genetic, brain damage, epilepsy, or born prematurely, etc. And we should have talk about ADHD comorbidity. Roughly 80% of those ADHD are diagnosed with at least one other psychiatric disorder, sometime during their life. The most common ADHD comorbidity are learning disability, anxiety, and depression. For me, I have suffered depression before. About ADHD, I would like to let you know that not only talking about for kids, childhood symptoms of ADHD persist into adulthood in as many as 60% of ADHD. And you can see that according to some research, the most effective ADHD treatment is medication first and followed by the behavioral therapy. Some people said that, oh, I have tried the medication, but it is not very good. They can't help me to improve my daily life problem. So here is another metaphor for medication. Metaphor just like your meal every day. You have to have it day by day. The medication will go after certain hours. Anyone live and eat every day without learning, they still don't have common sense and know how to finish the job. So for the behavioral therapy is teaching ADHD how to use the super ADHD brain to deal with the non-ADHD world. Here is some statistics in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, it is estimated that over 200,000 people with ADHD. The latest information from Legislative Council, HA Child and Adolescent Psychiatric Specialist Outpatient Clinics, there are 43% of ADHD cases. ADHD is a serious issue that requires urgent attention. So now we would like to talk about people with ADHD. First of all, I would like to talk about the advantage of having ADHD. You can see that we have different superpowers, such as hyperfocus, creativity, and high energy. And also many people who have ADHD, and when they can manage their ADHD successfully, they also can have wonderful life. In Hong Kong, we can have assembly learn. And we can also find many ADHD celebrities globally, such as Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Michael Phelps, and Emma Watson, etc. So I'm proud I have ADHD. Having ADHD is like a gift. It is not a curse. So I know that maybe some graduates in the webinar will think about that. Okay, you said that we are so proud and we have some advantages. But how can I manage or can I use it? Oh, first, you have to clarify your advantage and strengths. Then find something that it is your passion. In my case, my advantage and strength is my speaking ability. And I love stand on stage. So I developed a unique MC career that fit for me. And you have to remember that our ADHD brain loves and needs dopamine, which is a happy hormone. Find some work that you will feel happy about it. Or even you don't like the job, that you know that you have to do it. So try to change your mind and make the task fun. It will help you much easier to finish it well. You can see that my PowerPoint is so colorful and funny, and I'm so enjoy making it and present it. You also can adjust your working style to make you more happy. So even I have shared some advantage of having ADHD, but it is not means that our life is easy. We are still struggling with our ADHD symptoms. So now we're talking about the disadvantage of having ADHD. Based on the 3 key weaknesses of ADHD, you can see that here are some other ADHD common symptoms. Maybe you can take a look at is that you also have that. For example, miss your job duties, often misses deadline, inattentive in a meeting. Maybe for other people, there is not a difficult things to do, but why ADHD hard to do that? Okay, here's another sample. You can imagine a 100 TV opening in your brain, and there are in different channels. So now you may have an idea that's why ADHD is so hard to focus and get things done. Therefore, if you want to manage your ADHD symptoms well, please remember this chat. This chart talking about that is medication plus behavioral therapy can help you to manage your ADHD symptoms. The behavioral therapy, that's including the coaching. So now we're talking about ADHD in the workplace. I know that maybe there are some employers in this webinar as well. So I would like to talk about that. Is that ADHD benefits to your workplace? Here is an article in the World Economic Forum talking about neurodiversity as the next talent opportunity for the digital workplace. And according to the Harvard Business Review 2017, many amazing companies are accepting neurodiverse talents, just like Microsoft, IBM, and UBS. Because they can find that there are many benefits to the workplace, such as productivity gain, quality improvement, boost the innovative capability, or increases the employment engagement. So it sounds good for you. If you have or suspect an employee with ADHD, I would like to share 2 steps to help managers and colleagues work with ADHD successfully. Step 1, encourage employees to speak up they have ADHD. Many employees are afraid to disclose their ADHD background because they think they will be fired. So please let your employee know that there is ADHD-friendly workplace. And when a company know that they have employee need to support, so step 2, from the management perspective, you can try about 3 points to leverage their talents. The first one is look for individuals' unique set of symptoms. The second one is assign tasks based on their strength. And the last one is consider flexible scheduling. I hope that we can create a more ADHD-friendly workplace in the future. Bonus time, I would like to give some quick tips to you. Tips for ADHD. According to the ADHD expert, Dr. Wasopaki opinion, the best method to manage ADHD are get diagnosed, and second, learning more about ADHD knowledge. The third one is have ADHD medication. And the fourth is have behavioral therapy. Last but not the least, accommodate. Adjust your office or your home environment that's much more fit for you. Tips for employer. So first, give more opportunity to ADHD. Secondly, adjust the working environment or working procedure. And the third one is learning more about ADHD knowledge. And the last one is find some professional, just like coaching or OT, occupational therapist to support. Then you may have a brilliant ADHD employee that can help your company growth. Today, I have a limited time to share about ADHD. If you want to have more information and support, or your workplace want to know more about how to work with ADHD, please get in touch with me. So now this is my sharing today.